We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk. We all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Well. Yeah, that'll do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. After all this time, this is the first heavily produced, which I want to say episode 1 of, not one, but the rebrand. Not even a rebrand. I don't know what I'm saying, but welcome to Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green, a.k.a.
Exactly.
Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone. I'm not going to hit you with no more AKAs. That's been done by another comic, and we don't want to repeat. We want to do better. We want to be better to do better. We don't want to repeat. We want to be as original as possible here at Taking No Shorts podcast. Let me go ahead and get a little bit of the particulars out of the way. There is a live going on right now on my IG, Instagram. That's at Taking No Shorts Pod. That's spelled TAKINNOSHORTSPOD. Just ebonically Taken with no G on the end, no shorts pod. I'm going to talk to them right now because they got an exclusive for free on the IG because I'm trying to, hey guys, over there, they're seeing this on Friday, but you're getting this right now. And I want to say arigato. Now, to let y'all know what we're going to get in tonight here at Taking No Shorts podcast, first, let me tell you where else you can catch it. Anywhere where you get your favorite podcast, IG, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Okay, all at Taking No Shorts Pod. And my personal at Jay Grizzo. That's JayGrizzo. We have a limited amount of time because my bladder at my Gen X stage
Exactly.
may or may not allow me to continue this live stream without having to go use the bathroom, okay? But let me let you know, and you can see at the bottom of the screen here, what I want to talk about on, as I record this. This is April the 30th, 2025, and I'm hoping if I get in the next 48 hours enough time to produce the rest of this podcast, this will come out on May the 2nd, about between 8 and 10 p.m. on those platforms, 2025. So who the F knows what might happen in the next 48 hours before this happens, because we live in a crazy world. If you ever seen Jay Grizzy here at Taking No Shorts podcast, you're going to usually see me with a great looking glass and sipping on something brown. I do not do clear. Those clear days was in the 90s as Black Gen Xers when you had Tanqueray, gin, Snoop was hitting, so that gin and juice, anything that was clear. And I don't understand how cats got on vodka when Puffy started it with the Ciroc. And so whenever I think clear alcohol, I think niggas.
Exactly.
I think something's fitting to go down. And as you get up in age, young people, and you rock it with the clear, you will eventually get here.
Exactly.
And rock a fedora and some glasses because you can't see. Another thing I'm gonna talk about is getting Gen Xing. You know, getting Gen Xing means that because we're in 2025, if you were a Gen Xer born between 65 and 80, you are probably considered old. I disagree.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
But your kids and your grandkids are going to consider you old. And so you may want to consider. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm suggesting. I'm not asking anything. That's all I'm suggesting. Ageism, I wanted to talk about ageism in relationships in this finite hour that I have, or whatever time I have. I control it. So, and then I also wanted to talk about the movie Sinners. I think I've said all of this before. So folks will be like, oh, Jesus, this guy is off of his rocker. I'm not. I'm just, this is a part of, and I think I posted this on my social media at Taking No Shorts Pod and at Jay Grizzo or at Jay Green like the color. Like, shit, I forget shit for no reason. And that's nothing to do with my cannabis consumption. Has nothing to do with it. Before I had heavy cannabis consumption, I was starting to forget what my fucking name was. You know, so it's something to say about keeping your mind sharp. If you're keeping your mind sharp, ladies and gentlemen, you're ahead of the game. And the word of the night, like I said, alligato. All right, so let's get into it. Lately, I want to say it was a week ago, that was information or a story broke. I want to say a story broke about former NFL All-Pro and Super Bowl champion tight end Shannon Sharpe being sued, not criminally, and not he was not criminally accused. He's being sued civilly for a bunch of shit, right? A bunch of sexual essay. I don't, I would have to look it up. I'm not going to do that because there's other episodes and a lot of other podcasts and information folks that's out here saying that. But he was dating this chick. He was having sexual relations with this chick that was on OnlyFans. Okay, so far, y'all with me? So he's having sexual relations with a woman from OnlyFans. So now, let's just say I'm oblivious. I'm not plugged. A man having sexual relations with a woman. So far, I'm there. Okay, I'm there. Now, where you throw me off at as a Gen Xer, or to some Gen Xers, especially the baby boomers, is Shannon Sharpe, because they know who Shannon Sharpe is. He's a big time NFL football player. Has sex, right? Has sex. Everybody that's got blood in their veins running through their human or their animal have had sex. So far we have not lost any connection from the story. Famous football player from the USA, unless you're out of the country, had sex. We all have sex with a girl or a woman. We all have had sex with a girl or a woman of age. OnlyFans is the only thing
Exactly.
that that the world in a mega way don't know, as a brand doesn't know, right? We all know Nike. If you grew up like I did, you know Nike. Some folks call it Nikes. I don't know who call it Nikes, but
A bullshit?
you know who Nike is. But as a brand, what you don't know is, and hear me out. If it's 330 million, 20 million might know who OnlyFans is. Now they'll say all of them are men. You got to know where your market is, who you talking to. I know who my market is. I want to talk to folks who from 65 to 80. Because what we're talking about cannot be related to. But they can extrapolate it and they can make it relatable. So here we have a story where Shannon Sharp, he was born in 68. So Shannon Sharp either 53 or 54 right now. But he's having relations with a young girl. That's one thing, and I'll get to the OnlyFans in a second. But let me get to the young girl part. The young girl, if I'm not mistaken, and I would have to look it up. Let me add to stage. Let me do this first. Remove, add to stage. All right. Yeah, let's do this. Because this comes up on the thing. Shannon Sharp accuser. She got a Reddit too? Holy shit. Let me look at that. Oh, it's just a Reddit for that. That's what that is. All right, band that skips Bayless really gets around. I'm not doing that. Shannon Sharp accuses age. I just want to be accurate as possible. It's from Yahoo. Shannon Sharp accuser, who was 19 when their relationship began in 2023. This is from Yahoo. Last Tuesday before last, alleging that their sexual relationship began in 2023 and revealed explicit text messages, and Shannon, of course, denies the allegations. So the text messages came out earlier in the week, and later on in the week, he says, "Oh, she probably gonna have a whole bunch of other shit on me, on me," and I'm just like, y'all know when he say, I mean, to me, that's how I expressed it. This is how I took it. Whoever his publicist is, this is how Jay Grizzy, as a supporter of Shannon Sharp and whatever, and just that want to be in his corner, she gonna come out with some more shit.
Exactly.
So I'm jumping the gun right now. This is what it is. So the age part, 19 when it started, is how the news broke. Shannon, Mr. Sharp. And I'm going to get back to it. So there's layers to the story, and especially how the story breaks, The story breaks like Shannon Sharp, famous or NFL Hall of Famer, is getting shook. I mean, well, I took it as a shakedown, but is getting accused of a whole bunch of SAN and a whole bunch of other stuff. And but you're not taking the man to court. You didn't go to the police to have him arrested. So what I'm going to do is I don't have to be objective, because Taking No Shorts is not a news show. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm trying to get through the topic because it's trending. It's been trending for 10 days or 8 days or however the universe says it's been trending. But I just use common sense, like,
bullshit.
but at the same time, now that was the first week. The first week was old black man is having relations with a young white girl. Let's be clear.
That nigga's tripping.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. Now we're 2 weeks into the story, 10 days into the story, and the narrative that I saw in my algorithm was age. Well, it's a whataboutism that I see. You know, that's what it is. It's a whataboutism that I'm peeping. That's just my opinion on April the 30th to May 2nd, whenever this comes out. I gotta fix my hat because I got two different cameras here. I got that camera and I got that camera. So whatever camera angle y'all get, y'all gonna get. Y'all can just come. You can just say you're a goofy ass. You're just a goofy, and it's okay. I'm comfortable in my skin. All right, back to Shannon Sharp. All right, so look, he didn't break any laws. That's for sure. You know, he didn't even need a Kobe contract, and rest in peace to Kobe. But he did not even need that, because if it was something on that tip, when the alleged victim goes to seek legal consultation or go to the police, if it was something on that level, they would have brought charges. That's what a publicist is. Like, if it's on, I don't know what angle it is, but that's just me sitting here in RVA and on 2025. If it's to that level of something heinous, they would have brought charges. Not the case. They say, no, we want the bag, my nigga.
That nigga's tripping. Exactly.
We want 50 million. I didn't even hear the butt cheek, 25K per butt cheek. I don't even know where that come from. I just, y'all could just charge that to me, just my algorithm. Y'all could just charge that to whatever y'all want to charge it to. Okay? But I have no clue about 25,000. Even if I had 25,000, let me button this top button up, because goddamn, I'm trying to. Okay. Even if I had 25,000, I would not. Even if I had 50,000 to spare per butt cheek. Again, I said I don't know where that came from, but all that's out there in the ether, Mr. Sharp, is you fitting the trick 25,000 per butt cheek.
Exactly.
Whether it's true or not. That's the type of ish you don't want out there as a trickster. Like, that's not, like, if you got it, that's fine. But I'm even not trying to let them know them. I'm not trying to let the sex workers, because I got to give respect to the sex workers. That's what they do. But I'm not even letting them know that I got that to give for y'all. We're in a negotiation at that point. We got to negotiate. Now, if you got a negotiation and there's a verbal agreement, you got to get that on paper.
Exactly.
But you did not. And that's where you fucked up.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Holy Jesus.
That's where you fucked up. You ain't getting nothing in writing, because the world, society told you 50, whatever, 53, 54. I'm in my 50s. Let's be clear. Look at this hat. Look at these glasses. Look at this gray. And I'm a black Gen Xer. Yeah, dig.
Exactly.
I ran for president of all black Gen Xers on the internet, but that failed. So I'm sure there's a president for all white Gen Xers on the internet that would combat, or that would be the opposite of me. Anyway, the point I was getting at is you had nothing binding to whatever the acts you were doing based off the society in the United States. You're a rich, wealthy, you're a rich celebrity. That Cat Williams interview put you on a map. On top of you, a Pro Bowl NFL ball player. We know you as an NFL ball player. There's levels to it. So levels. So you got to a certain level and somebody called you out on it. But to me, that's not the hill I would have wanted to die on. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not the hill you want your people to know you're going to die on. That's my take. I can't even say, how do I say? Yeah, that's my take, Shannon, Mr. Shaw. I don't want the people that look like me to know the hill I want to die on is spinning a bag on a snow bunny. I mean, what Dr. Umar say. I mean, to be fair, I might Jay Grizzy or Jay Grizzo at Jay Grizzo. So to be fair, so folks won't, come for me. That might be what I'm into. That might be. But I don't want you all to know that. And if I don't want you all to know that, and I'm going to be a hypocrite, I need to make sure my people don't find out that that's the hill that I'm going to die on. And that's the part, my nigga, where you fucked up. In my opinion. So I'm going to lay off the brother because, again, if you want to be held, as a man, you want to be held accountable, period. End of story. You want to be held accountable as any kind of man that believes in a God. There's an accountability while you're here. When you're doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing. I'm not the judge of it. I'm just saying there's an accountability for it, whatever the standards are. So to be fair to this motherfucker, hold on, let me pull him up. Hold on. Let me pull him up on the chat, ladies and gentlemen. This guy. Mr. Bill Belichick. I'm on Wikipedia. His white ass. And to be fair, they telling you right here. They telling you how. I hope y'all can see it. I hope I'll blow it up on the edits or whatever. But let me first give a shout out to a comedian that I saw. I want to say it was a year ago, or at least a year ago, here in RVA. So I'm not saying he's touring. He is out. He's funny, first of all, and I want to suspect he's from the West Coast. He gave hella West Coast vibes when I saw him here in the RVA. But at the right Nigel, that's THEWRIGHT. NIGL. First of all, any black man named Nigel.
Exactly.
You got to know either he's straight up and down, my nigga, yeah, or he funny. Let alone, I saw him when he came to town, and I want to tell you, this guy seems to me like he's committed and he's funny. I mean, as a comic that I was, and y'all, you see how old I am, my nigga. So back in those days, back in 11 to 15, that's all you want when you start now is you're funny. That's all I was looking for is you're funny from somebody who's funnier than me. So Not to say I'm funnier than you, but salute. Anyway, I'm talking about the ageism. So let me get back to the ageism. It's a double standard because Shannon Sharp was kicking it with a chick on OnlyFans, $25,000 a cheek, right? And y'all is coming for him, coming for his neck. The media, because we ain't in the positions of power to fucks with the media like that, can't change that. And then, as soon as that news broke after Shador, and I'm gonna get to Shador Sanders in a minute, here come the Bill Belichick, who's a former coach of the New England Patriots. I can't even say how many Super Bowls. I want to say 6 of Pittsburgh because I'm a Steelers fan. They might have won 7 Super Bowls. They might have won 8. I don't give a fuck, really, because I don't like them because they cheated. And I mean, if you go back to 2000, if you go back to the what was it? They was recording teams' practices when it wasn't against the rules, but on some man shit like, why you recording my plays, man? Nigga, like, why you gonna do that? And then use it against me when we play? That's like no honor. So this dude, the guy that was a no honor dude, got a pass because it's Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and New England Patriots that won 7 Super Bowls. I'm not gonna look him up, but y'all see him right up there because I Wikipedia'd him. Anyway, he's 73. He's 73. He was born in 52. You want to know how old his girlfriend is? She was born in 1999. Oh, no. I'm sorry, 2000. She's 24. Oh, my bad, 2001. 2001, she's 24. And the reason it is I saw a lot on the internet, and whoever controls the algorithm, whoever make it, the Matrix, Neo, Morpheus, whoever's pulling those fucking Wizard of Oz levers.
Exactly.
Thank you for letting it show up upon my eyes. Because I heard the stories and I saw that. I was like, Bill Belichick getting his freak on, or doing his thing with a young thing, because he can. Same thing that Shannon Sharp doing, but we are ripping Shannon Sharp. Why aren't we ripping Bill Belichick? Why? He is even, I mean, is it, I mean, I understand the pimp game. I understand the pimp talk. And I'm big on it ain't tricking if you got it. It's just when you get called out on it, and Lord, look, don't no lightning strike me right now, you know, or people that I know when this live hits or when this come out, they don't hit me in the chat. Women, you dig? But when you get called out and you don't claim something, that's what gets in my craw, because you sitting there and on 60 Minutes, the reporter asks you, Bill Belichick, there's been speculation of you dating a young girl, and you 72 years old. And how did you, he said that this is what I saw. The reporter asked him on camera, how did you meet her? How, I mean, if that's a straight up question, if you ask me. That is a dead ass question. That's like if, I mean, everybody that's married and been in a relationship.
Exactly.
How did you know the person? How did you come to know the person? All right? Bill Belichick ain't get a fucking nanosecond to say anything. And that whole jumped out and said, we not going there. We not discussing that. The camera, the 60, see, you got to be on the other side of the camera to know how edits and stuff work, right? Because we, as the viewer, is looking at it on a 60 Minutes interview. We looking at Bill Belichick, big time NFL Hall of Fame coach, definitely going into Hall of Fame, most winningest football coach in the NFL. We see that, and then the camera pans to this 24-year-old hoe saying we're not going to talk about that. That's how they edited it. But see, I know better, because when she spoke, shout out to the cameraman.
Exactly.
He said, "Who, bitch?" he switched the camera. He said, "Bitch, what the fuck? He asked you. He did not ask you. He ain't ask you shit. He asked Bill Belichick, how you know her? Legitimate question. Whether, oh no, I take that back. Whether it's illegitimate or legitimate. He asked Bill Belichick the question. And you jumped in and said, we're not going there. I'm paraphrasing, but she said, we don't want to talk about that subject. I don't know. Y'all got to go back and look it up. It's on the internet. Anything is out here in 2025 on the goddamn internet. And Bill Belichick at 72 did one of these numbers. And she's saying, we're not going to talk about it. Camera cuts and they go to something else. Right then and there, anybody that got any common sense, that was raised with some common sense, knew what that was all about. But they ain't getting. Bill Belichick got a job as the head coach of the university, head football coach at the University of North Carolina. Allegedly, his mate or the girl that he's dating is controlling everything about him, meaning whatever they doing there, NIL deals at Carolina, Chapel Hill, and all that. That's one side of the game. And on the other side of the game, Shannon Sharpe getting sued. Somebody trying to take $50 million off of him the week of. He announced he negotiating with all kinds of players in the game for some big time money. If y'all don't tell me if that ain't a shakedown.
Exactly.
Holy Jesus.
A
What is
bullshit?
that?
I have nothing else for you. I've just laid it out for you. On April the 30th, May 2nd, when this dropped. I don't know, but I just laid it out for you. I rest my case. Why? Why is that happening? The axe, throw the axe out. They got the ability to pay for sex work or the ability to pay for companionship. They're both older men. The power dynamic is they're both older men with younger girls or younger women. All right. Let's do the women. I want to do the women empowerment angle, right? She has the right to date who she wants to date. She has the right to see whatever her thing is and see. She has the right to do all of that. If that's the case, then let it speak for itself. Why you got to say we don't want to talk about that if somebody just asking how we met then? If it's obvious how we met, whether it be OnlyFans, see, that's the thing. Like, ain't nobody in the Bill Belichick story say that's how y'all met. But in the Shannon Sharpe story, that's how y'all met. And all you got to do is go look up OnlyFans, and that's what you're going to get. Right? Fuck is this? Look. Fuck is this? Oh, he's speaking now? I'm just going, Bill Belichick breaks silence on controversial. I didn't say controversial. This is people. This is a Hollywood, LA rag, right? I'm going to say rag in a derogatory way, but a newspaper or a magazine now online defends girlfriend. He come out himself and say, oh, it's controversial that she spoke on my behalf, but I'm going to defend you. I can tell you, if my wife spoke on my behalf, first of all, she my wife, so she can speak on my behalf. But she ain't even your wife, my nigga. Like, how she get to speak on your behalf? In an interview in front of 60 Minutes. Like, 60 Minutes is one of, if not one of the biggest news magazines up until a year ago, because they had some controversy about Paramount, their parent company, selling out to the current administration and all that. You know, let's just say people ain't stupid, man. People ain't stupid. And for y'all to be trying to pull this off is ridiculous, in my opinion.
Exactly.
It's straight ridiculous. And then that leads me to have a conversation about the Shedeur Sanders situation in the NFL that came up this past weekend, last week. By this time, Friday, so it'll be last week, or if you catch the live, last Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This whole NFL thing with Shedeur Sanders, it is let's just take it for what they say, right? Let me have my water. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Let's just take for what the mega media says or what they want you to believe. He wasn't really that good, and he sucked in his interviews, right? That means that everything that the media, the mainstream media, was saying was bullshit.
A bullshit.
Okay.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
It's fair. It's okay. Because the media has been known, I'm part of the social media, so it's been known to fuck up, right? Everybody, including a $1 gazillion league, is saying this. No, that wasn't what happened. Not everybody was saying the same thing. So it was a pissing contest. IG, I'm looking at IG, but I'm pointing over there to the stream. It was a pissing contest. One part of the country or the world or the audience, or the audience is saying, this guy's good. He's a can't miss prospect. He needs to go early in our draft. And the other party is saying, this is our business. Ain't nobody gonna tell us when anybody gonna go, let alone his daddy or him. I don't care how. We calling all of that in, right?
A bullshit.
We calling all of that in.
I'm a man.
Okay. That's how I'm looking at it. If anybody has something separate against those two basic arguments I got with the Shedeur Sanders argument, please hit me up at Taking No Shorts Pod. Please hit me up at Jay Grizzo or at jgreenradio@gmail.com. Ain't but two sides in it. It's the player and his camp, the league and the owners, or the commissioner and the owners. That's the only two ways to look at it. You dig? I see, my eyes didn't deceive me. I saw that man pull Jackson State with his dad as his coach. But see, what y'all wanted to do was besmirch his dad. But he ain't even, they even made him say, look, we gonna fire your dad. You got to fire your dad as your agent. That's how far somebody had to do for him even to get drafted. I suspect that's the case. I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm not saying that. I suspect that's the case. They say, if you want to get drafted at the 5th round and put a gun to your head, hey, man, we got to negotiate with you or an agent. We're not fucking with Deion. So the NFL might have had, in my opinion, had something against his daddy or his Deion Sanders before then. That's just my opinion. But let me be objective. Let's say none of that happened, right? My eyes don't deceive me. So how did this young man take a HBCU to prominence as a quarterback, and then a D1 or a FCS school, a football playoff school, a Big 5 school, a big whatever? Colorado and whatever they got there, and I say they, the Sanders, Dion, his Shador, Shiloh, and his staff got there, they was 2-10. 2-10?
Exactly.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
Let me look up Colorado. Hold on. Let me get to the stage. Let me fix this. Colorado football previous records. Thank you, whoever owns that. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. If y'all can see it, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna bring it down for you just a little bit. This is from sports-reference.com. Let's look at the years. First of all, this whole university has been in existence for 123 years. Okay, I got to pour some yak for this shit because I'm breaking it down. And because folks are going to be the same kid and his daddy that from the Atlanta Falcons, some fuck niggas.
Exactly.
Call that man on a phone that the league probably put out for everybody and pick. That's a whole nother story. But let's just say this. I'm going to hit y'all with some facts so to be clear. 123 years. Let's say, I'm going to say Dion and his staff and Shador and Shiloh been there for 2 years. They played the 24 season and the 23 season. The 23 season, they was 4-8. They got there. They had in the 23 season, they was 4-8. First of all, when they got there, they was 1-11 the year before in 2022. So they went from a 3-win experience to a game to in 2024, 9-4, a 5-year improvement from the year before. They improved 8 games in 2 years. That's not Jay Grizzly saying that. That's not some spook in the sky saying that. That is saying that when Coach Deion Sanders got to the program at the University of Colorado, he and his team and his coaches and his players improved 8 games over 2 years. You can't draft Deion. How did they get 8 games better? How did I improve 300%? How? Can anybody explain to me how I improved 300% on anything short of drugs, short of some a Viagra or what? I mean, I'm not plugging Viagra, but my dick can't. I mean, how do I get 300% better than I was before? And I physically did it. I didn't have, I suspect if there was a drug policy in the NCAA and there was performance enhancing being done, that would have shown up by now. Tell me any college program that improved from 1 to 9, that's a difference of 8. So double is 2. Triple is 6. They quadrupled. So you mean to tell me, let me say this. So you mean to tell me that a black man got to do quadruple better than anybody else and he still can't get no credit? That's what the system, that's what America is telling me in 2025? That's what I'm supposed to teach my kids to do right? And live the American dream and all that. I can do quadruple better. I can teach my kids to strive to do quadruple better and still get passed over. That's the bullshit.
A bullshit?
I'm talking about.
Bullshit?
That's the real shit I'm talking about here. Taking No Shorts podcast. I gotta take a drink on that one. Woo. I just call bullshit on it, and we all know what it is. There's no need to string that whole story out. But picking off of that, I just, as I wrap up tonight, last weekend I saw a movie, first of all, based off the hype you did, because this lets me know how shits get moved or the marketing budget is for some pictures that are pretty good. And I there's this movie. Let me see if I can find it. I got so many screens up here, but I mean, it's not a movie. But let me go back here, and it's on Apple TV. Seth Rogen is in it. And he plays the studio head. And it's the studio. That's what it is. I'm going to give it some shine, so I'll show it up here. Oh no, they're giving you the whole thing. But yeah, the studio is a story about a guy who works out in LA behind the scenes as a studio or a movie executive to make sure that what he thinks is good content, I'm gonna use that as a social media. What he thought is a good movie, he wanted to be in a position to make the decisions to make those movies happen. And same thing as content creator, I want to be in a position to make sure that I'm speaking about stuff that I want to see happen. We'll get that off the screen. But what I wanted to talk about when talking about Sinners was the marketing for that was not A1, because I didn't hear about it from a commercial or from a major studio or something online or major online campaign or social media campaign. I heard about the movie Sinners from my oldest son, who is a millennial. Shout out to Mikey. I'll give him exactly for that.
Exactly.
And he was like, Dad, I'm going to see this movie. And I was like, what movie? Because I want to be plugged in to my kids still. You know, not to be cool, because that's another conversation. We need to let these youngins have it and shut the fuck up, but let them have it. It's different. It's a whole different shut the fuck up or move out the way. Just let them do their thing. You know, be there when they need you. And he was just like, yeah, I'm going to see that. I was like, I don't even know how this, what are you talking about? You know, he was like, oh, this is this movie directed by Ryan Coogler, who also directed Black Panther 2, Fruitvale Station, and got his start. I know who Ryan Coogler is. He directed a lot of other stuff, so I'm shortchanging him by just those things, those movies that I directed. But it's this young Black director for me, I guess if you want to be as a Black Gen Xer,
Exactly.
he's the Spike Lee of today. That's what I'll say. Ryan Coogler is the Spike Lee for us Gen Xers, because when I went to this movie off of some good recommendation, because my oldest son is a big movie buff. He I'll let him come and share it, but he's just a big time movie guy. And he was like, yeah, it's I just heard so much about it. And then when he went and saw it and I saw him, he was like, it's good, Dad. You need to go check that out. And I'm like, because over the last 15 years, the only time I've gone to see a movie short of going on a date with my wife was a Marvel movie. It was or a Star Wars movie, which is Marvel in the same vein, right? Same universe, Disney. I have not gone and seen something outside of that genre in about 15 years. So when somebody says, hey, this is a good movie, you might want to check it out, I was just like, is it a Marvel movie? Is it a Superman? Is it what are we talking about here? Hold on.
That nigga's tripping.
Hold on. I know.
Talking about practice.
This is what I hit him
Not
with.
a game. We talking about practice.
Thank you, Bubba Chuck.
Not a game.
Yeah. I was like, yo, what we talking about? Because I'm not spending as much as movie ticket prices is. I'm not spending something on something that I don't want to see when I got all these options at home. He was like, nah, Dad, you gotta go see it. He almost said my nigga, but
That nigga's tripping. That nigga's tripping.
He said, no, you gotta go see it. So I said, okay. Talk to my better half, my wife, Mrs. J. Grizzly. And I was like, hey, want to go on a date? Want to have a movie night? And she was like, I don't know. The way your eye twitching. I don't know. They get like, what are you talking about? You feeling froggy? I was like, yeah, I'm feeling froggy. I think, and to be fair, my son didn't even tell me what the movie was about. He's just like, sinners. And hydrate, ladies and gentlemen, hydrate. To be fair, I did see I saw an online like post. It wasn't even motion. It wasn't a scene. I just saw a post, saw Michael B. Jordan, and it said coming or debuting or whatever the bottom line. So I saw some type of graphic of it. And the graphic I was just like, okay, it's a Michael B. Jordan movie coming out. So what? All right. So that from somebody who, I like movies, I like entertainment, I'm a podcaster, I'm a content creator. So I know, like, if you got a machine behind you, to make it put your product in front of the eyes that the product needs to be in front of, it would have done that. In my opinion, that's just me. And who am I? I'm just a guy sipping on my yak, a black Gen Xer.
That nigga's tripping. Exactly.
Sipping on my yak, chilling, making a podcast, doing a live on my IG. And y'all catching it on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at Taking No Short Spot. I'll make sure my battery don't run out. Oh, I got plenty. Hell of time. But I'm just saying, like, I saw a graphic that let me know information is the key. Information is so crucial. Exposure and information. You got to, because if you don't know how cold something is unless you've been in that cold. Somebody could tell you minus 32 degrees is very cold. But if you ain't never experienced minus 32 degrees, when somebody tell you minus 32 degrees is cold, you're like, fuck out. Is this generation is like,
Exactly.
Talking about practice. Not a game.
A bullshit?
Perfect.
they're like, fuck out of here. I don't want to hear none of that. When you tell a young person some real shit, they like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, okay. So you gotta let them figure it out. So, but I don't need that. When that millennial son of mine told me, hey man, this movie is gonna be good. I seen it, it's good. I said, okay, honey, do you want to? Had to ask first. She said, yeah, let's go. And when we got in there, in the movie, and I gave a dude going into a movie with his woman or his girlfriend or on a date, it doesn't matter. The movie could be about fucking Jim Jones and goddamn Jonestown. You know, he like, I mean, it's a little dark for me to explain it that way, but as long as she likes the movie, it's okay. And when I see my wife enjoy a good motion picture, I know it's good. She has high standards, way better high standards than her husband does. You see? So I was just like, oh shit. And then we talked, me and my son and my wife, we talked about it. It was just like, oh shit, we might have to go see it again because there's so much stuff. There's so many layers to the story. The story of the movie is well written. The shooting of the movie was well written. And I heavily, heavily encourage anybody that wants to have a good movie experience outside the superhero stuff that we've been experiencing here in the U.S. over the last 10, 15 years. I heavily encourage you to go see Sinners. It is a masterpiece.
Exactly.
Last but not least, as I wrap up tonight, I don't even know where I'm at in my, I think I did do well. I wrapped it up. So you should all wrap it up whenever you finish something. Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and quickly tell you all where you can find your favorite podcast, which is me, Taking No Shorts Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzly Green. Make sure you like, share. I'm gonna ask you. I asked earlier in the podcast the first three folks that is going to be very arbitrary, but you know it can't be Brent, it can't be guests, but the first three folks that catch this podcast, I'm asking you to share it on your social media. The reason why I'm asking you that is because it exponentially grows the reach. So if you're rocking with what I'm saying or what you heard earlier, you would then share that with the folks that you can reach. So that's how Black Gen Xers speak to each other these days, because I'm getting too many AARP cards in the mail. Please come join us. If you don't want to be old, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to be. But if you want to help out your uncle or your papa or something like that, by all means, I just ask you to share this on your social media. But if you don't want to share it, like, share, comment, let me know. Anything that I can improve on, give me a like so I can give you a shout out on my social media streams, all that. Just like Nigel, who's a stand-up comedian, a funny guy. Make sure if you see that name on the bill, make sure you go out and check that brother out. He was funny. Real quick, Nigel, I'm going to share a quick story. When I met you, he had fans at a local show here in Richmond, Virginia, and when the fan showed, she was like, yeah, I know who he is. And I was like, first thing this was me when I was I can't even say this is some Christian talk, when I was in the world.
Exactly.
I said, oh, y'all doing this, that, and that. He was like, no, man, they just, so I know he a real one, because he set me straight, right? He was like, nah, man, I'm just out here being a funny guy. So salute to you, Nigel. Keep doing your thing. I appreciate you, guy, for checking me out for at least a half a second on your social media feed, let alone anywhere else. So make sure you tell all of your loved ones that you love them. People are going through a lot in the world of the United States in 2025. So I'm going to just leave it there, because I'm just going to leave it there. I do not want to end this podcast on some negative itch. I'm trying to uplift you. I'm trying to, we got to, like I said it back in November. And if y'all don't believe me, you can go back and watch. It ain't nothing new. We've been here before, just through our ancestors, and we just ain't plugged in. It's trying to separate. Anyway, my name is Jay Grizzly Green, a.k.a. Mr. Lee Know Me on the Bone, Wanda's son, Jenny's grandson, and Andrea husband. Make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. But more importantly, this live stream is coming out on the following streaming channels, and you can catch it after the live stream at these following streaming channels. IG at Taking No Shorts Pod and at Jay Grizzo. Facebook, same thing except for my name, Jay Green, Green, like the color. Not Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is at Taking No Shorts Pod. And then also, last but not least, the live stream is at Twitch, Taking No Shorts Pod. I don't think the Twitch, because I didn't live stream, I'm recording and then I'm going to do edits. So the sooner I wrap up, the less work I got to do. and for that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on the IG. Hey, peace, IG. Like I said, let me fix my shit. My wife, I swear to God, my wife is going to eat me up. She's like, you think you're cute? I do. I'm sorry. I just do. Hey, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all checking me out on the IG and Taking No Shorts Pod. Again, just like I asked everybody over there, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, but especially tag me, subscribe to me, like me, share me at Taking No Shorts Pod. I'm your boy, Jay Grizzo. If you rock with anything I said tonight, the word for the day is, how the Japanese say, arigato. Peace. Okay, live stream. I just finished up the IG. It's raw, but it'll be out later on for you guys to see. As for me, hopefully I will get to the edits and this will come out on Friday or the weekend of May. Oh, no, I'm sorry. May. When is May the 4th? Hold on. Because I'm going to do that. I might do another stream on, May the 4th is Sunday. So I'm going to say this. This going to come out May 2nd, but by the next time the live stream might come out, because I'm a big Star Wars fan, May the 4th be with you. I can't say everybody are taking those shorts, but for your boy, Jay Grizzy, your host, peace and love, everybody. Hashtag on my mama. Hashtag exactly for Taking No Shorts. We're out.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Now your host, Taking No Shorts Podcast, Jay Grizzy.